Hello, welcome back to another interview. Today I have Yasmeen, who gave me the opportunity to interview her. Thank you so much for joining me. Could you please just talk a little bit about your work and who you are?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me. My name is Yasmeen. First of all, I'm a mother of two, and I'm a woman in tech. I work in consultation and project management. I graduated with a computer science degree from Colorado State University back in 2018. And ever since, I've been working in tech, a little bit of coding and project management, until today now, I work with IT project management.
Wow, that's amazing. So
Thank
right
you.
now I'm a high school student at American School Dahran, and I take a little bit of programming, and I
Okay.
find it so. Did you used to take it in school, or was it just like when you entered university, you decided to take
It was
computer science?
no, I've never had the chance to take programming or coding classes. All of the computer classes that we took here in high school were basic computing, but my father is a programmer, and ever since we were little, growing up, we grew up a lot around tech. He's like a tech savvy, so I kind of took that from him. Actually, my first year of school of university, I was a dental student. I was studying to be a dentist. I finished a full year, and I decided that it was not the route that I wanted to take. It wasn't for me, and so I started looking at my options, and I got the opportunity to go and study at the States. And my school offered a great computer science program, and I knew it was the thing for me because it's like growing up here. Yeah, I was very interested about it.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah,
And how long have you worked in your current position?
5 years now. 5 years.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I finished an internship in the US with HPE. It was about 4 or 5 months. It was great. It was amazing. And the my position with the HPE was all coding. It was a programming 100%. I created three calculators for the sales team for them to calculate prices on the spot to sell the servers for HPE. It was amazing. I learned a lot, but I feel like one of the most important things that I learned about myself was that I didn't want to stare at a screen like throughout my entire career. I didn't want that for myself. I love talking to people. I love learning, and I knew that coding wasn't going to be the only thing for me. And so when I came back, I had the great opportunity to start with a project management officer with IBM. That was the first company that I joined here in Saudi. And with that, I got the chance to learn more about IT and project management. And so I feel like I have the best of both worlds. I have the IT background, and then I have the opportunity to talk with clients and all of the project managers who work with me, and learn, of course, from all of the directors and seniors that I've worked with. So it's like mushed together. It's not only coding, it's with business as well.
hmm And as you started to work in the STEM field, did you or did you not find obstacles that, you had to face as a woman in STEM? Were there things like that?
Um, Other than being a minority group in school, our school was great with educating about the female role within STEM. I was part of Women in Computing club in my school. For I joined them for about 2 years, and throughout that club that I got the opportunity to work with HPE. And so I haven't faced anything like being a female from either school or here. Actually, when I came back to Saudi, I got so much encouragement from the government and from the people here. I felt like I I flourished when I came here. Saudi did such an amazing job. I feel like especially around 2018 and 2019 was the year that I graduated, where they gave women, especially I feel like women in tech, so much power and potential, and I got so many opportunities. And so lucky for me, I haven't faced any challenges just because the world is changing and the view of women in STEM has changed. And so,
Mhm.
but I know I've talked with a lot of my mentors and counselors in school who have faced a lot of challenges in the back, like in like a few years before. But for me, no, it was all encouraging.
Wow, that's amazing to hear.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that's like a sign to all of the girls who want to join STEM. It's an amazing field,
yeah, definitely.
especially this day and
And I
age.
feel like, especially in Saudi, there's such an emphasis on inclusivity right now, especially
Exactly,
towards women.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, I believe
Mhm.
so. Yeah.
And what about some of the changes you've seen, throughout your career? Do you think there was a very big shift from perhaps the older generation to your generation when it comes to diversity and equality?
Mm, I feel like um, the change that happened to my generation, let's say the younger generation, gave the older generation, especially women in STEM, the opportunity to come out and talk. So let's say 10 years back, I've never heard of any woman who was holding a managerial or an executive position in, let's say, like the biggest oil companies. But there were a lot of women, but then they were never given the chance to speak up, like talk publicly about their role because it wasn't the norm, whether it was here or in the States. But with the changes that have happened to my generation and all of the power that women have gotten, I feel like it gave the chance to like an older generation to come out and say, "Oh, we're here. We've been through it," and it gave us the chance to also look up to them and say, like, "Oh, this is not something new," but all they had to, all they, I mean, all they had to get was just an opportunity to speak. I hope that answers your
That's
question. I feel like they can
that's
learn that.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point that you bring up
Yeah.
because I feel like when people get asked that question, they always think, oh, the older generation must have been, kind of obsolete. They didn't really want women to work in STEM, but that's not true. They did. There
No,
was a
no,
lot of
yeah.
women. Yeah,
It
but I
was
feel
just
like
not the norm.
the one thing we
Mm.
need to bridge apart, bridge together, sorry, bridge together is the fact that, older generation needs to talk to the younger generation and share their experiences, while the younger
Exactly.
generation needs to perhaps be more creative and make more paths possible for the
Exactly.
future.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's wow, it's a very good perspective.
Ah, thanks.
And perhaps could you elaborate a little more on your day-to-day life as a working woman?
Yeah, sure. So uh I'm a mom. I have two kids. And so throughout like the past year, we were just busy with the school year. So my day when I'm home is only focused on them, on my kids, and just trying to spend as much time. I've taken the chance to go on like on social media to I first created a blog and then now I'm going through on TikTok to show the life of a working mom and how it is difficult, but it is doable once you have the correct encouragement and the people who support you. Then you can definitely do that. So I work as and then like with I'm a project manager by day and a mom throughout the rest of the day. With my work, I started as a project management officer, and so I didn't do a lot of project management skills. So I was just shadowing the seniors and trying to learn as much as they as I can from them. When I first joined IBM, we were giving out services like IT services to big oil companies. And so I try to learn as much as I can with like soft skills and hard skills. I had to be a fast learner with all of the tools and the everything that changes within like the IT world. And then I gained more experience, and throughout like my third or fourth year now, I became project management. Um, I left IBM and now I'm working with another one of the big four companies as a consultant within project management. And so we give out like processes and procedures showing the businesses how things can get done from an IT perspective. That's pretty much it with just always an opportunity to learn, always an opportunity to shadow anybody to learn something new. And then when I come back home, it's all about the kids, trying to balance life with them and as a working mom. Um, I feel like there's a lot of work that can be done to make working mom's life easier. But you're rolling with the punches and you're living day by day. And when I first started being like a working mom, I felt like I was alone and I didn't have a lot of people in my environment who were going through the same path as me. A
Mhm.
lot of women chose to stay home with the kids, even if they had like college degrees. But now I'm seeing a lot more women, especially after I started my social media accounts. I I got to learn more stories and hear a lot more women talk about the fact that they are working and they do have kids. And so I'm very interested in trying to find the balance always between being a mom
Wow,
and working. Yeah.
that's amazing. As you were talking
Oh,
about how you work in the day and you become like a mom at night, I was thinking that's kind of like Superwoman, right? You change your
yeah,
outfit,
well,
then you're
exactly.
working into different
You
things.
wear different hats. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I love how you have your own social media account. That's so
I
cool.
do.
Yeah. What
Yeah, I
made
do.
you want to start one? What was the motivation behind it?
I first started a blog. I was on Instagram and then like a blog online. I was taking this web design class. I was one of my senior year projects. That was to create like the back end and the front end of the website. And I remember they gave us an assignment to do a website of something that you're mostly interested in. Well, I was a mom. I wasn't. I was a different college student. I wasn't. I was. I didn't relate to a lot of the kids who were in school with me because I had kids at home even when I was studying. And so I thought, what could be best in creating a blog about uh, for moms and just sharing my experience, whether like the products that I've used that helped me, or like recipes for kids, or just things that I've learned that I wish people told me about becoming a first time mom or becoming someone like a student slash mom. And so I started the blog, started taking lots of pictures and writing with it. And it stuck with me. And then when TikTok started, it became so much easier to share a lot of stuff online. And I started going through more TikTok more and on the blog now. And yeah, we grew an amazing community. Shout out to them. I love them so much. So you share a lot of stories, you hear a lot, you talk with the people in the comments, and I love it. I think it gives me encouragement to see that I'm not alone with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you would feel a lot of support from, knowing that there are
Yes,
people out there who feel the same way.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
great to hear. And what is your opinion on the future of Saudi's tech industry since you work in IT?
Yeah,
Do you think it's going to grow?
yeah, yeah. I think it's. I mean, I feel like Saudi is becoming definitely um like a role model country for tech. The way that we adopted new tech concepts is amazing with such short period. Coming from like 2018, now almost middle of 2023, the achievements that the country has done with tech is just amazing. Looking at Neom, and then I live in Riyadh. I live in the capital. So just seeing so many adopted concepts put in real life in such short time is just amazing. One of the projects that I was very interested in was the metro in Riyadh, and it was just
Hmm.
learning more about the back end of it and how they're going to schedule everything is just amazing. Um, Learning more and more about the smart cities, of course, NEOM, and learning about how they're going to build the infrastructure for that is amazing. And then, like a lot of stuff, uh, I was uh, I was just thinking, like to me and one of my coworkers, how life now has become so much easier because of the apps that have us like we use on a day-to-day life. So you can do and get everything done online when it comes to like your document, like your government documents, whether you're a Saudi or someone who is not a Saudi, renewing your passport, renewing your license. It's just with a few clicks from your phone, and that is something that I've never seen in any different country. Whether all of the visitors who come from outside of Saudi, coming in and going out, getting their papers done, it's just so fast and efficient. And then the last example that wanted to say, I feel so proud um, of how my country handled the pandemic and the way that like within like an app you can go in and out, you can prove that you've been vaccinated. It's amazing. And I worked with someone who was working with it's called Sadaya, the government entity that built the Tawakkalna app that just helped with
Hmm.
everything. I was one of my coworkers worked alongside Sadaya to finish the infrastructure for this app. And it's just amazing to learn all of the details, all of the like the fine-tuned details that make it so seamless and efficient for us to use. And so
Hmm.
just looking at how that has been done in the past 5, 6 years, I can't imagine where we're going to be in 2030 and the vision. I'm just so excited to be a part of it. So I definitely think that's definitely gonna grow.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was so well spoken.
yeah,
Actually about the COVID, I was remember I was in quarantine, I think, at that time, and I was reading the news about how the COVID has affected the US, and I thought,
yeah,
wow, this is so different from how Saudi
yeah. You don't
handled
feel it.
the whole,
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
was very
Yeah,
impressed. Yeah. It's
yeah,
definitely something that's changed a lot in the past few years. I feel like the country's becoming so open to all these new technology, to
yeah.
all these like new ways of doing things. And it's great to hear. I'm not Saudi, but I am also very proud.
Yes. Yeah, so yeah.
And what about Saudi's perhaps petroleum industry? Because I feel like a lot of the Arab countries that have petroleum or had petroleum, like the UAE, for example, they're starting
Mhm.
to invest a lot in other industries, and at this point, they don't even rely on petroleum anymore. So, do you see a future like that for Saudi?
I hope so. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge to comment on that. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm interested with reading about solar energy and stuff like that. And I know there are a lot of projects to support that, but I don't feel like I have enough knowledge to I don't really know much about the projects that
Oh,
are
yeah,
being
that's
invested
okay.
in with petroleum.
Because
I
I
should
was
read
just
more, but I don't know much.
it's always nice to learn new things, but I was
Yeah,
just thinking
exactly.
about, Neon, how they want it to be sustainable. And
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, because I run a environment club in my school, and I feel like it's such a great place to be in Saudi to run an environment
yeah,
club because there's a contrast of it being a petroleum country, but also
yeah,
really, really trying to open its environmental and sustainability industry as well. And I feel like that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. No, I hope. I think there are a lot of great projects going on, and I would love to see the growth for it. Yeah.
Hmm. And I guess last question for the day, is there anything that you want to say to encourage any young learners out there that want to go into tech, maybe especially Saudi girls that may want to go into science fields? Do you have anything to say to motivate them?
Yes. There's a lot. So I feel like one thing is always take any opportunity to be involved and to learn, um, even if that's not what you want to do, even if that puts you outside of your comfort zone, or if it's outside of what you do with work. I know a lot of women who would say that, this is not my job description, so I'm not going to go and do it. But you never know where this is going to take you, who you're going to network with. Or in another example, I know a lot of girls who have graduated university, and then they don't apply to their dream jobs just because they don't fit all of the criterias in the job description, and they
Hmm.
they stop they stop themselves from doing it. So I would say just seize any opportunity to learn and to just put yourself out there, and then never stop learning. Yeah, I'll never stop learning. Always try to be involved, whether it was with school or when you start your career.
Hmm.
Just be nosy and be with everyone. Go and ask questions, because that's the thing
Yeah.
that's going to have people know your name and know who you are. Because if they know your face and they know your name, then you're gonna go places. But if you put yourself in a bubble and you get your work done and then you leave, that's not gonna have you grow. So just
Yeah.
put yourself out
Learning
there.
is a lifelong process. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
And that brings us to the end of our interview. Thank you,
yeah.
Yasmeen,
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's good. I think it's great what you're doing. I heard very best of luck. I'd love to stay in touch and learn a lot about what you're gonna do. I think it's amazing, the club and
yeah,
this YouTube channel. Good luck with everything. Awesome.
yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
good.
going to end the recording now, actually.
Yeah, sure.